itself. It works like while loop. We saw the example of factorial in the last class, and then we discussed about scope of function, local scope and global scope. Variable which is declared inside a function is local scope. We can't access that variable outside the function. When the function can be accessed both inside and outside the function, then those kind of functions called as global scope variables.
Okay. Apart from that,
nothing.
you got okay. So, um, you can see my screen or not? Can you?
No, sir.
Okay. How about now?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. So, and the after that inner function, a function which is holding another function inside of it, that is we used to call them as inner function. Of course, you have to call the inner function to your outer function, then only it will return. So here I have declared a function which is a parent, and which is, or else you can consider it as a outer function. Is somebody trying to say something? Am I audible, guys? Really? Manish, Kanish, Kasana?
Yes, sir. You're
Am I
audible.
audible? Okay. So here, hello is the outer function. It containing another function called inner function. Instead of that, I've declared a variable, and inner function also holding some variable. Okay. If I call inner function printing something, okay. So how we are supposed to call, in the sense we can create an object. I think this is the first time you guys are facing an object. Object is nothing but like such as a variable only, but it will hold up entire function or entire class or whatever. So that's we used to call them as object. Okay, so let me comment this thing. That's now, and if I run this, so here you can see it is returning Tony Stark 2 times, right? Because I've called that function. Even you can, if you return also, it will print the same result. Even if you didn't return also, it will return the same result. And I don't know how many people are worked out about the return, because return is the end of the function. What I meant to say, even here, this inner I'm calling before this return, so the reason it is returning result. But if I call this inner after the return, let's say here, if I call this inner after the return, what will happen? Only one result you will get, because this result only, because return will tell you this is the end of the function. After that, you don't want to proceed anything like that. So here you can see still it is returning only one time. So if you want to print something or call anything before, you should put that before return, then only you will get the proper result, else you will not get proper result. So here you can see. So, and even what I meant to say, if you have an inner function, you have to call it here, then you will get. So this will vary from the class. Well, whenever you are going to see class there, we will find out how exactly that's varying. So as of now, this is how it is working. Okay, so you can declare a function instead of another function, and you can call it inside of the outer function. Then if you call the outer function, it will automatically return the inner function result as well. Okay, and following that, she said, can you tell me again what exactly you have explained about the global and local scope, Kazana, again?
And when a variable is declared within a function, then it is called as a local scope variable. We can't access such variables outside the function. Whereas in case of global scope variables, it can be declared anywhere, outside or inside the function, and it can be accessed anywhere.
So, what she is saying, if you declare any variable, you cannot access outside of the function. That's what you're saying, right?
In case of local scope variables, sir.
This is what? Is it a local or global?
That's local. That's local
Okay,
scope
so
variable.
which means we cannot call it outside of the function, right? This variable.
Yeah, we can't call it.
So, sorry?
Yes, sir. We can't call that function, like call that variable outside the function.
But we can do that using the global. So before you are going to declare a variable, you can convert that variable name into a global name and you can call it outside of the function. It will execute. So you can see two times. Okay, so I think she had some problem. Somebody can resolve it. Okay, so here I am calling print name, that is also Steve Rogers it is returning, and again I'm calling the name variable, that is also Steve Rogers it is returning. So which means nothing but you can convert a um, local variable into a global variable. Okay, so using the global keyword, that's what it is all about. You understood what I'm saying, Kasana?
Yes, sir. I understood.
What did you understood?
We can make a local scope variable to a. We can access a local scope variable with this constructor called globe.
Sorry, I didn't get it. Your voice is breaking, I hope.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
I told we can access a local scope variable even outside the function if we with the help of globe constructor.
Yeah, so that's what it is means. And following that, mm, okay. So next we are going to see is docstring function. A docstring is nothing but like I've already told you there are two different types of commands is there in Python. So one is hash, another one is triple quotation. Triple quotation stands for, you know, um, even if you put any variable inside of it before that triple quotation, it will convert it as a variable, or else it will work as a docstring. Docstring is nothing but like a document string explanation about the following codes. That's what it is means. And if there is some docstring is available inside of a function, you just want to print that much only, in the sense you can do it using the do double underscore oc method. So what it will do, it will not return the result of a function. It will go and fetch the docstring of a function. So that's what is all about. Okay, so you want to extract a docstring from a function, you can call the function name along with the magical method called double underscore doc, and it will return only the docstrings which is containing that functions. So whatever the docstrings the function holds, that thing you can see in your terminal, or else you can go with another one method called help. So that also will do the same thing. What it will do in the sense, it will go and fetch the docstring inside of a function and it will return it. So if I run this, so let me comment to extract the perfect value about help, run it. See, it is returning the docstring along with the functioning. So these two things also you can use it. So this is the end of the function. Okay, anybody having any doubt about these last three things we have seen?
So we have something as print hello world in 234th line. Why that hello world is not getting printed?
I clearly mentioned, right? It will go and fetch the docstrings only. Not understood?
No, sir. Like if we had declared, I'm talking about 234th line.
Yeah, what I said, if you put help or doc, it will go and fetch doc strings only, right?
Okay, it doesn't does other thing.
Apart from that, it won't do anything.
Okay, clear.
So that is what it is means. Doc means go and fetch the doc strings, or else help means it will go and fetch the doc strings only. Apart from that, nothing. Whatever the thousands lines of code you have written, that doesn't matter at all. Okay. So this is all about the functions, and yeah. So next, can you explain something about list, Kazana? What do you know
List
about
is
lists?
a list is a mutable data structure, which means the sequence can be changed. You can perform all the mutable operations in list.
Okay. Apart from that, that's it.
It is
That's
ordered
it.
and allows duplicate values, and it is
So
denoted
that,
by square bracket.
yeah. Okay. Sorry. Like in the data structures, we haven't seen anything called arrays because that is not a built-in data types. Anyway, so instead of seeing this numpy in end of the session, that time you will maybe, if, even if you work out, if you didn't brush it off, you will get forgot. So like in heat of whatever we have seen data structures, same way if we see numpy, it will be helpful. Of course, it is I think out of syllabus, but whenever you get into a data science field or either even the nowadays every fields are get connected, even the application field, it's connected with the backend to the iot to the data science to the machine learning to the artificial intelligence. Application holds everything nowadays. For example, if you take a Flipkart, it hold everything. AI it's holding, backend it's holding, database it's holding, front end it's holding, IoT it's holding, and search engine is holding, and like tracking the data analyzing it's holding everything. In the Flipkart, if you take that application, entire IT department is there. Okay. Okay, so even after maybe maybe you can say 2 or 3 years before, there is no connection between them. But nowadays everything is connected. So you better need to see what exactly NumPy is doing. So that is the reason we are going to see NumPy. So NumPy, it's nothing but like it's another data structure which can provide you another array, which is a data structure. Array is also a data structure only. So why we need to use array over the list in the sense? Well, arrays are, it will consume less memory and it will be way more faster while comparing with list. Why in the sense there are some of the points we can notify here. List will consume a more memory. Why in the sense it will, whenever you put a sequence of list in the sense, it will go and fetch each and every data and find the size of it, what is the data type, what is the object type, what is the count, everything it will consume, and so that it will consume a lot of memory. So it will make your, it will take some concept is there. I don't know how many people see people know bits and bytes concept. Anybody know what is the bits and bytes concept here? Nobody doesn't. Any idea of bits and bytes concept? No. Say something, guys. Am I
Yeah,
audible?
yeah, you're audible.
Okay. But no idea.
Bytes is also is kind of data type. We use that encode and decode functions on it. It uses string as an argument.
No, bits in the sense 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, which means 64 bits in the sense it comes around 8 bytes. Okay, so here what I mentioned, yeah, contiguous memory. Why I asked that question in the sense because of this contiguous memory. So contiguous memory is nothing but like a something different. Like in the 64 bits, if you're going to declare a variable, it will consume in 64 bits. So if you store some data in that 64 bits, every bit that data will be scattered in the concept of list. So it will be fed into okay. So but whenever if it is the matter of numpy, it won't take each and every time data type object everything, so it will be way more faster while comparing with list. And the memory, if you are storing or creating a variable, that data will go and store right next to the each other. It will not store in the scattered method. Okay, so fetching that is very easy, so that is also will make arrays way more faster. Okay, and following that, arrays will give you lot of options which is you cannot imagine to do with list. For example, if you are declared two lists and if you are trying to multiply them, it will throw you error. In the case of numpy, it will not throw you error, it will do multiplication. And you can declare one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional, like the data types, converting the data types, and do the matrix, you can do the statics, linear algebra, mathematics, whatever you want you can do with arrays. So numpy is just a library which can provide you the arrays and lot more options, two-dimensional, three-dimensional type of the arrays, integers, and those kind of things. It will provide a lot of things to you, so that you will get to know. So that's what we are going to see over here. Okay, so why we are seeing this in numpy array? And there is nothing like just for a change I've given, because whenever you are going to use data science things, what will happen in the sense, numpy, like whenever it comes to the data of science, nowadays I'm not sure how many people are using Jupyter Lab because everybody changed it into the Lambda function or Databricks and or Snowflake or this kind of different ideas. But if you work with Jupyter Notebook, Databricks, Google Colabs, everything will be remain same. And I think you can, if you guys are using Ubuntu Store in the sense there, you will get Jupyter Lab. Windows, I don't know exactly. Maybe it will be available in Microsoft Store. You need to check it out. So this is how it will work, or else you will get an online ID Jupyter Lab also. Okay, so that's totally up to you. Which one you want to choose, you can choose it. So before you're going to start, work with NumPy. So this actually, whenever you're going to pim install NumPy, what will happen? In Jupyter Notebook I'm talking about. What is the difference between the PyCharm and Jupyter Notebook? In the sense, if you're going to install something, you don't have to put if you put any commands before this, it will throw you error. So if you're going to install anything, you have to put it in the first place. Before this, you should any commands will not be tolerated. So that you need to keep in your mind. So after installing the NumPy, you can import in with any name that you want. I just imported into the NP format. That's it. Okay, so then we can get started with this. Okay. Um, so here, so NP array. So here you can see you can declare anything that you want within the square bracket, within the parenthesis. That doesn't matter. So you can pass the data and you can run it. So it will give you like this. This is a one-dimensional array. So one-dimensional in the sense only one row will be there. So two-dimensional in the sense two row will be there. Let's see. So here, how you can declare a two-dimensional array in the sense you can declare that using you know, nested sequences. So here I have a nested list. So this will consider as a two-dimensional array. So how we can confirm this in the sense, you can see two rows is there. Okay, so this is a two-dimensional array. So you just want to confirm it. Okay, as of now I will just comment it, and I'm calling the what is the dimensional of this array in the sense what it will return one dimensional, and what is the dimension of, sorry I didn't mention that, right? So if you want to find a dimensional of an array, you can use a keyword called ndim. So that will return what dimensional of array that you are dealing with. So you can see 2D stands for two-dimensional array. This is a two-dimensional array. Okay, and shape is nothing but like how many rows, how many columns. That's what that's what shape stands for. Nothing bit much more than that. Okay, so here um, three column and two rows. That's what it is means. So if I get the shape, or if I print the shape of the two-dimensional array, you can see it is returning 2 comma 3 clearly, right? So in the same way you can get what is the data type of the entire array holding. I don't know exactly, I never tried. Maybe let's try with the hello world. Exactly, I don't know exactly what it is going to throw, but I need to run everything here from the top to bottom, then only it will give you the proper result. Today's shape, and what is the data type is this. So you can see it is giving something u21 is kind of object. So if you give mingled things, it will do like that. So I'm putting only integers here and rerun again from everything. So now you can see it is giving data type as a integer 64 for one dimensional. So as I was saying, it is holding 8 bytes, which means bytes mean 8 bits in the sense, 64 bits in the sense it is a no like 64 bits means 8 bytes, right? Isn't it, guys? You're not getting any idea about numpy, or any what do you understand from this lesson?
NumPy array is also a kind of data structure. Like list, unlike list, we can perform other operations here.
Apart from this, that's it. What do you understand from that? Okay, let ask another people's. Who else is there? Savita or Sonia? Anybody? Any one of you? What do you understand so far from the array? They are there. Am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Then why those guys are not responding at
Yes,
all? I
Google
don't get it.
audible. Uh,
Okay. What did you understand so far from the arrays? Nothing? Really, guys? Nothing you understood from the arrays so far? That is kind of awkward. Say something. Either you understood something or not. I didn't get any answers, guys. Say something, or else.
So we did not get. So actually, your voice is not like audible properly. So it's breaking, cracking. So we're unable to
Okay.
understand.
Okay. So how about now? You can hear me.
It's continuously. It's not coming properly. So in between, it will break. So we are unable to catch that now. And
So what did I ask? Actually, you guys understood about what is the use of NumPy? Anything. Why we need to use those NumPy, so-called NumPy? Any idea about that? That's what I'm asking. Anything special about arrays, isn't it? Okay, so
So
you will find out
unlike
something.
list, we can perform other operations here. We can't uh, multiply two lists, but in case of NumPy array, it's possible. So we can perform more operations other unlike list.
Yeah, and it will not provide dimensionals. So if you put a nested list, it will become as a only one, one row or only one data structures. It will not provide any dimensional things. So here arrays will provide you the dimensional things, and you can, you know, um, three two by three in the sense two rows, three uh, columns. So that's what it is means. And following that, 1D data type, you can find how many bits it's holding. So integer 64 in the sense 64 bits, which means 8 bytes it's holding. So, but we don't have that much data. We don't have to allocate 64 bits for this one dimensional array. I think 8 bits is enough. So you can control. So like you can declare an array, and you just want to allocate how much memories you want to allocate for this array. You can allocate that as well. So here you can see for this array I'm allocating only 16 bits, and data type if I call, it is allocating only 16 bits only. So in this way you may save a lot of memories. And so bits, it's nothing but like bytes and bits are more or less same. So item size 2 in the sense here a, what is the value of a? This is 4 comma 2 comma 7, as I was saying. 8 bits stands for 1 byte. So here we have allocated 16 bits, which means 2 bytes. So that is the reason it is returning 2 item size. So here number of bytes, I think the entire number of bytes on array. So that's what it is returning. So these things are all not necessary, but this may be helpful and this may be helpful, quite helpful only. And accessing, changing specific elements of rows, columns, etc. in the array, it will be quite interesting only. So let's see. I'm declaring an array using the np.array, and it is a two-dimensional array. And if we call the shape, you can see two rows, 7 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 7 columns and 2 rows are there. So it is a two-dimensional array. It is the shape 2 comma 7. So, and you just want to access a specific element from this array. How you can access, in the sense there is a syntax called, same way in the list also we have some method called to access some data. What we used to do, we use something called indexing, slicing, right? So here the same case you are going to use here also in the same case, but here row comma column concept. If you have a dimensional of arrays, in the sense how you can access the specific elements, first you need to specify what row is that and what column is that. For example, here they are accessing the 13, which means they are passing the first row, which means this one. Why? In the sense 0, this is a 0th row, and this is the first row. So from the first row, the position number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So fifth position 13 holding. So if you give first row fifth column, in the sense answer is 13, right? So this is how you can access the data. Okay, so I need to rerun this. and rerun the cell. Okay, now it's getting this side. And this is what it is means in the sense, instead of accessing a single data, if you want to access the entire row from a array in the sense, which means a two-dimensional array in the sense, you can pass like this. You are selecting the first row, from that the entire results you are getting, which means 0 means in the first row. This is a zeroth row, right? And we are getting all the elements from that rows. That is the reason you can see first row only it is printing. So in the same way, you just want to print a particular column in the sense, you can mention the all the data here and columns here. So here you can see I'm declaring all the data from the second column, which means 0, 1, 2. This is the second column. So we are getting obviously result as 3, 10. You guys are understanding this? How about you guys, Anna?
Yes, sir, understanding.
Okay. So same way you can use the step size that we have seen in the range. Can you tell me again what is the step size? Kazana?
Slicing, no, sir. The first number indicates the first position. The second number indicates the the position where for example, 6. It stops in the sixth position, and third position will act as skip. For example, if we declare it as 2, then two uh, two positions will be skipped, and we get output for the third position.
Then
Okay.
2 is the step
So one
position.
position, one data it will ignore. So we already know what is the first row. So we are selecting the first row. So this is the row, and starting from 1, which means 2, because this is a 0, this is 1, right? So it is returning 2, skipping 3, returning 4, skipping 5, and returning 6. So because the interval is, which is step size is 2, and the starting from 1 to 6th position it is written. So that's what happening here. You can do this with array also. And following that, of course, you can do with the negative indexing size also. Starting from the first position, which is 2, in the minus 2 in the sense, which is direct reference of 6. So we all know it will never takes the end boundary. So that is the reason you are getting 2, 4 only here. So here if I run, and here if I run, so you're getting the same results, right? And following that, array 1 comma 5. What is this exactly means in the sense, you just want to change a particular value from a two-dimensional array. How you can do that? So that's what we are seeing here. So what they are doing here, position first row, which is a second row, and fifth position, I need to change the value into 20. We have already know what is available in that position, which is 13, 1 comma 15 here, this data. So if I want to change this 13 into 20, this is how you can do this. So after I've changed, I'm calling it again. You can see instead of 13, it is returning 20. So this is how you can change a particular element from a two-dimensional array. Okay. And following that, you just want to change the entire row with a single value. You can do that as well. So here you can see from the array, I'm selecting all the data. Okay. So here I'm selecting all the data from the row 2, means this row, and I'm changing all the data into 5, which means the result will be here 5 and 5. Here you can see 0, 1, the second row, all the data has been replaced with 5. So this is also you can do it. And here what they are doing in the sense, instead of changing only one value, you just want to, with only one value, you just want to change with the proper, which means this value is the difference in the sense, you can give like this, which means, but you have to go with the exact size of them, which is two. The column holds only two. But the data of the rows is only two. So that is the reason I'm passing two data here. So here you can see it is replaced with 1 comma 2. Is it confusing or anybody having any doubt up to till this? Guys? Nobody Kasana.
Understood, sir.
Okay. And of course you can do declare with three-dimensional arrays also. But what I can say, before we are going to continue this, you guys really need to work out these things, because I don't know, like a lot of people who understood or not understood these things. So what I will do, I will just in a meanwhile, if you want, you can you have to open this file with Jupyter lab, then only you will get this proper format. If you try to open this with the PyCharm or Notepad++, you will get something else. Okay, some kind of messy codes, something like that. Or else, what you can do, you can just watch the video and you can do this with, of course, with a PyCharm. So whatever the course that I've written, like PyCharm also will do these things. Okay, so that's totally up to you. Anyway, I will share this file to your chat box. So up to 33, you can work out these things, what and all I've shown you. And how about the three-dimensional array, how it is working, and how we can initialize the data types into float, a lot of things. This is whatever we have scratched so far. It is just a very basic. NumPy is one of the most important library for data science. So means it will provide a lot of things, statistics, finding the minimum, maximum values, and the mean, variance, average, and three-dimensional replacing, and changing the rows in an array. Like we can explore a lot more the things with NumPy that we will see one by one, kind of random, a lot of things, like finding, converting a entire array into sign value, cost value, or whatever the desired value, everything you can do that, so that we can see. But before this, you can try up to whatever I've shown you. Okay, so then try, and we will see what is going to, like, how you guys are trying that, how it is you can understand everything. Till then, tomorrow. Anybody having any doubts onto this? You want to ask any questions? No, really? Yeah, I have shared that file into your chat box. Go ahead and check it. Okay. Thank you.